Are you thinking about buying a home in Northern Virginia, but you're not quite sure what the steps of the process are? Well, this video is going to be for you because I'm going to be going over the 9 steps to buying a house. Boom! Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor. It's another beautiful day here in Northern Virginia. And if it's your first time here on my channel, please consider subscribing because every single week I am releasing awesome real estate related videos that's going to help your buying or selling needs here in Northern Virginia. And let's get this video started. So the very first step to buying a house is you're going to want to take a very close look at your finances. Unless you plan on paying cash for your home, you're going to have to take a loan from the bank. So sit down, look at your credit score. You're going to want to see how much funds you have for a down payment. You want to have at least 5% for a down payment. Now, it could be a lot higher, it could be a little bit less, but shoot for 5%. So for example, if you're buying a $400,000 house, you're going to need minimum $20,000 for a down payment. If you're not quite there yet at 5% down, maybe you need to sit back for a little bit, save some more money, and come back to the drawing board. Also, you're going to want to get a ballpark figure of how much you can afford for a monthly payment. If you already have a rent that you're paying, and you don't want to go over that, then you already have your number. So take a look at your finances, get those in order. So that's going to be the absolute first step. So the second step of the process of buying a house is you're going to want to interview and hire a rock star real estate professional who's going to help you every step of the way. You're literally buying, the biggest purchase of your life. This is not a do-it-yourself deal. You want to hire a rock star local realtor who knows the market that where you're looking to purchase in. Someone's going to help you every step of the way. If you're not quite sure how to hire a realtor, I got an awesome video here with some great tips and questions that you need to know when you're looking to hire a real estate agent. Check that video out. But when you sit down with the realtor, you're going to go over your goals, your outcomes, what you're looking for in a house. You're going to talk about your criteria. Are you looking for a certain school district? Are you looking for a single family, a townhouse? You're going to go over your price point. You're going to go over the perfect timing for you. Maybe you have a lease that ends in like 4 months, and the goal is to time it perfectly. So you're going to go over everything, every step of the process, A through Z, dot the I's, cross the T's, and make this whole process as easy and smooth as possible for you. If you're here in Northern Virginia, I can absolutely help you. If you're outside of Northern Virginia, I can refer you to a Rockstar agent if you don't have one yet. But like I said, the second step of the process is hire a real estate professional. Now, the third step of the process is you're going to want to get pre-approved by a local lender. Now, chances are, when you talk to this realtor, they recommended a great local lender to you. Now, just so you know, they're not trying to push a local lender on you just because they get some kind of kickback from that lender. Absolutely not. They're doing it because they know that lender is going to get the job done because they've done a lot of transactions with that lender. And just so you know, it is illegal for a lender to give a realtor any kind of kickbacks or certain cut of commissions or tickets to the game. Completely illegal. So if they are recommending a lender to you, take that advice. That lender will absolutely get the job done. So you're going to talk to this lender. They're going to ask for your W-2s. They're going to ask for tax returns. They're going to check credit, verification of employment, all that stuff. And they're going to, come up with a calculation of how much you're going to get pre-approved for. So if it's $400,000, that is awesome. Now, doesn't mean you have to buy a $400,000 house, but then not to look at houses over $400,000. So you're not going to be looking at $600,000 houses. So now you know exactly the price point you're going to be at. And also when you get pre-approved, the lender, they'll give you a ballpark figure of what your monthly mortgage will be. They can't give you that exact number yet because you do have to find your house first because there will be some variations like with your homeowners association fees or condo fees, property taxes, things like that. So get approved by a local lender, and next step is going to be finding your dream home. Now you've hired a real estate professional to help you every step of the way, and you've been pre-approved by a local lender. Well, guess what? Now it's time to start shopping for your new home. So you and your agent are going to come up with a game plan. Your agent may set you up on a property search where you get new listings emailed to you directly. You're going to be looking online as well, and you're going to come up with a game plan on when to look at homes. So it's going to really depend on your schedule, maybe your agent's schedule. So you're going to be shopping for homes. You may start going to open houses. This is kind of the fun part. Now, how many homes do you have to look at? It's different for every scenario. I've worked with clients who literally bought the first home, and I've worked with clients who bought the 45th home. You just never know, but this I can tell you, when you walk in, when you see the house, it's almost like magic. You just know this is the house for you. 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10, I can just tell on my client's face that this is the house they want. I never even have to ask them if they want to buy this house. It's just the look they have. So you'll know it when you see it, whether it's the first home you saw or the 50th, it's like magic. You've been going to open houses, you and your agent have been seeing a lot of homes, and guess what? You have found the home you want. This is the perfect home for you. You don't want to see any more homes. It is now time to submit an offer. So the offer process is kind of going to go something like this. I'll just give you like the basic version where you and your agent are going to sit down. And your agent is going to do some research on your behalf. Your agent is going to figure out if there's multiple offers, any other offers on the table. And that'll really depend on how long the home's been on the market. Your agent is also going to do look up recently sold comparables of that neighborhood, just to see, is the list price kind of, where it should be? Is the price too high, too low, or right on the money? And you're going to go over your offer price. That's going to be the most important part of the purchase agreement contract. And then you're going to go over terms like what day do you want to close, how long is your home inspection period going to be, how long is your financing contingency and appraisal contingency going to be, are you asking for closing cost help, are you asking for a home warranty, things like that. So your agent was going to fill out the contract for you, and then you're going to sign it. Also, part of this contract is going to be a pre-approval letter and also something called the earnest money deposit. Now, what an earnest money deposit is, basically it shows the seller that you have some skin in the game. We usually do about 1%. So let's say it's a $400,000 house. Earnest money deposit would be for $4,000. Now that money, it just stays in the escrow account until closing, and then it just goes towards your closing costs. So it's not like an extra money you're spending. So your agent is going to take your offer and submit it to the listing agent. And that's the agent who represents the seller. And then there may be some back and forth, some negotiations. The seller may come back at a different price or different terms. And then when all parties agree, and then all parties are going to sign, and guess what? You're officially under contract, and you're that much closer to being a homeowner. Now you're under contract. It is now time for your home inspection and your appraisal. So I'll start off with the inspection period. Now, there's a lot of different inspections across the U.S., so I'm going to just stick to the basics that we have here in Northern Virginia, which is going to be your home inspection and your termite inspection. So let's do the home inspection. You're going to hire a home inspector. You, the inspector, and your agent are going to go to the home for about 2 to 3 hours. And the inspector, he's going to check everything out. The appliances, the water heater, the furnace. He's going to make sure the AC is blowing cold air, that the heater is blowing hot air. He's going to check the roof. He's going to see if there's any leaks in the sinks. Basically, the inspector is there to uncover any issues with the house. The inspector's not there to say you got a good deal, or they're not there to give you an opinion on the price. They're just there to uncover issues of the house. So that way you know exactly what you're buying. Now, one of the pros about getting a home inspection is this opens up, the table for negotiations. So let's say there's some repairs there that, some things wrong with the house. That's something you can ask the sellers to repair for you. Now, let's say you find something major, like the AC doesn't work or the roof doesn't work, and that's just something you don't want to, get into. You can cancel the contract. No penalty. You get your earnest money deposit back. Start looking for another home. So it's there to protect you every step of the way. Now, another kind of common inspection here in Northern Virginia, it's going to be your wood destroying insect inspection. Now, the company's going to come out and they're going to look for termites. They're going to look for carpenter bees, anything that's going to destroy the wood. Now, a good thing about this type of inspection, if there is an issue, the seller does have to take care of that, at least here in Virginia. So now off to the appraisal. Now it's time for your lender to order their appraisal. So the appraiser is going to come out and they're going to do a visual inspection of the property. They're going to do their own research and look at recent sales of homes just like that in the neighborhood. And they're going to come up with an unbiased opinion of the price of the home. Now, why is the bank doing this? Well, they're using the home as collateral. They're giving you money so you can buy the home. So they want to make sure the value is there, because if you're borrowing $400,000, they want to make sure the house isn't worth $350,000. And also, you don't want to buy a house that's $50,000 overpriced. So it's there to protect the bank, it's there to protect you, and it's great for all parties. Now, one of the best parts about the appraisal is, let's say it does come in low. For this example, it came in at $350,000, but we're under contract for $400,000. You can cancel the contract, no penalty, or you can get the sellers to drop to that price. It just kind of opens up the negotiation tables all over again. but we want it to appraise at the value or higher, so that way we get one step closer to you being a homeowner. Now, the next step of the process is, ever since we've been under contract, you've been signing so many documents with your lender. You're gonna feel like you've been signing the exact same documents, completely normal, but now your file is gonna go to underwriting. Now, the underwriter, they're basically making sure all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed. They're gonna re-verify your employment just to make sure everything looks good, it's nice and clean. And then once the underwriter says we're good to go, you're gonna get the clear to close. When you hear those magic words, guess what? You're about to be a homeowner. Also, in this step, 3 days before closing, you're gonna get something called a closing disclosure from your lender. And basically this document is gonna list all the numbers about your loan, exactly how much your monthly payment is gonna be, like broken down. It's gonna show you how much money you have to bring to the closing table. So basically you have 3 days to review it. If you see anything wrong with it, obviously you can go to your lender, they can get that fixed. But you're this much closer. The last steps of the home buying process is gonna be the final walkthrough. Most likely the sellers have moved out by this point. You and your agent are gonna go to the house, maybe like 2 or 3 days before closing day. You're gonna just make sure the house is in the same condition as when you did the home inspection, that items that they said they were gonna leave are still there. You're gonna make sure all the appliances are working. If there's any repairs that were supposed to be done by the sellers, you wanna make sure those repairs have been done. You wanna see receipts for those. You're just making sure the house is, the condition that you expect it to be in. It's gonna be very quick, maybe half an hour, max, give or take. So it's actually pretty fun, assuming there's no issues, and just knowing that closing day is right around the corner. And now the final step of the home buying process. It seems like a lot. You hired a realtor, you got a lender, you looked at homes, you went through negotiations, inspections, a lot of stuff. So guess what? It is closing day. You and your agent will have a set location and time for closing. You're already gonna know how much funds to bring to the closing table. It'll be a combination of your down payment and closing cost money. You just bring your ID, come to the closing table. You're gonna sign a stack of documents like this thick. Your hand's gonna be hurting. It's gonna take about half an hour or so. But once you sign your last signature, you're officially a homeowner. Your agent's gonna hand you the keys, give you a high five, take a picture with you, and you get to move into your home, do whatever you want with it. So at this point, congratulations, you did it, and you're a homeowner. Well, thank you for watching another one of my videos. If you got any value at all with this video, give me a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And if you would like access to my free home buying process guide, just click the link in the description. It's all yours. And if there's anything in the world I can help you with the real estate needs right here in Northern Virginia, reach out to me anytime. My contact information is going to be in the description, and hope you have an awesome rest of your day.